Knock, knock, knock. Musab here. Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about EVO. It is day 2 of EVO currently today. And if you can see, you can read this badge. This is a 3-day EVO 2025 badge. Where am I right now? I'm in Minnesota. And EVO's in Las Vegas. Why would I have a 3-day badge that costs damn near $300 if I wasn't at EVO? You know what I mean? Like, why would I do that, right? Well, there's a simple... Is that cut? Yeah. There's a simple reason for that, and everything went horrible. You guys can see from the title, there's many reasons why I'm not there. And I'm going to start from the top on just because we did a 24-hour road trip driving there. I'm going to tell you all the shitty, horrible things that led to this entire thing and even led to EVO being a no-go. Let's start with this, okay? Because I did end up going a bit, but let's start. First, me and my friends decided to do a 24-hour road trip. Oh yeah, firstly, before that, actually subscribe, please. Helps me out a lot. I'm trying to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. If you do, I'll dye all my hair. It's currently growing, but I'll just dye it if I hit 1,000 before the end of the year. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the first thing we decided to do was a 24-hour road trip. So we get in the car, we start driving, and first we go through Iowa. I was cool, calm. This is like the first few hours, like 4 hours of the road trip. Nothing that crazy, you know, just the more of the start of the drive. It feels like nothing. It feels like you're still in Minnesota. Then we get to Nebraska. Nebraska is one of the worst places in history. If you live in Nebraska, I feel bad for you, bro. Nebraska is so shit. And as we're going through Nebraska, and there's nothing but farmland and people driving super fucking fast. And just cow shit. It smells like cow shit everywhere. And then we stop at a gas station, and who pulls up right next to us instantly? A cop. I guess we got flagged for speeding, even though literally everyone was speeding, right? And it's whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel like you were going the speed of the road, it doesn't really fucking matter, but whatever. Then we get back in the car, we keep driving, and it's so shit. Nebraska was like 10 hours of nothing. And by the way, I hadn't slept the 2 days before this. I didn't sleep the day before because I was doing a bunch of shit. And then on the day, I was like, oh, we're gonna start driving at 5 a.m. So if we're starting driving at 5 a.m., and I'll be perfectly fine. You know what I mean? If we're driving at 5 a.m., I'll be fine. You know, I'll be able to just sleep in the car, and I'll be able. But I couldn't sleep, not at all. Right past Nebraska, we enter Colorado, Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado was one of these starter states. By the way, we like took rest stops, like little rest stops, whatever, but nothing really big. Then in Denver, Colorado, hold on. Oh, never mind. No. Then in Denver, Colorado, I finally fall asleep for a solid 10 minutes. It's starting to get a little dark, but it's just like blue. I fall asleep for about 10 minutes. By the time I wake up, we are in between 2 giant rock cliffs, and we're zigzagging through these shits. A bunch of stuff in the middle, right? And then it's just what's it called? It's just a horrible road. Just a horrible road. Construction all over. The floor's like fucking tarmac. We gotta keep going. And I'm just actually sitting here perplexed. I'm like, what the fuck am I even supposed to do? You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do going through all this shit for absolutely nothing, for no return? And I keep it pushing. I go, and by the way, just so you guys know, day 2 of EVO isn't even over by the time. It's still got like 2 hours left by the time I'm recording this. But I continue going and just doing my thing. And then we're driving through Denver, and it's shitty and it's dark. And by the way, everywhere we see is these signs like, watch out for rams. Rams will kill you. Rams will jump into your car and commit suicide. I'm like, all right. You know, those signs are for warning because it happened to one guy before. It's not happening to me. And a few hours later, like 2 hours, I'm looking down and I see a little shadowy figure, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? There's a whole fucking ram running right at our car. We're driving to EVO. We're in Denver right now on this road trip, and a ram is running at our car at full speed, ready to kill us. And he jumps to hit the wall and hits his legs. And so he doesn't fully make it over the wall, and then we get past. But the signs were dead serious. Rams in Denver, Colorado will kill you, bro. And it was like just so perplexing. We get to a rest stop, and then we go there. I can't sleep the entire time. I still can't sleep there. For this, at a point we were just sitting there like, dude, we should just get home. We should just go home. This is such a horrible trip, this, that. And around this point, we realized that we don't even have enough money for gas on the way home. You know what I mean? We really weren't thinking straight, right? And then we just keep driving. We keep driving, and we get through Utah to Utah. And in Utah, There is the most beautiful landscapes ever. Like, actually, it's so beautiful, I can't lie. Utah was such an amazing place to drive through. I can't even be mad about it. It was such a fun place. I just looked around, and everywhere I took like hella photos and everything. And then we kept going, and we finally made it to the stretch of Nevada to get to Vegas. And the stretch is so long, and there's one gas station the entire way. One singular gas station the entire time. So it's actually like damn near impossible to, it's actually like damn near impossible to get anywhere, to like stop, because once you stop at the bathroom, there's like 30 people there. And I'm just like, oh my god. I stopped, had to do it. There's even a little guy who was a bit racist, because everyone was white there. I was the only black person who was there. He actually just asked me like, what was I doing here, what was my plan, like what was I, and it was just like a weird thing to be questioning me of all people on, what I mean? But I think we know why, what I mean? And then kept it pushing. We finally get to Vegas. We hit Vegas ground, and it's like, finally we're here. We go to the convention center, and we find out when buying the ticket, these right here, that day 3, day 2 arena's fucking sold out. What I mean? We couldn't get in the arena even if we tried, and I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed. It was so annoying. And then my other friends didn't know it either. They bought their tickets way in advance. They didn't know that the arena thing was fully sold out, and so we were just like, what are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? And so we're like, fuck, why would I? That's what you really care for. You want to see the top 8 play in the 3rd night. So everyone's tweaking, right? And then we're like, whatever, let's just get to the hotel and figure out what we're gonna do. We get to the hotel. It was the last hotel that we could buy. Has a bed for everyone. It was kind of perfect room wise. And we go inside, and the dude checks our IDs, and he's like, you guys. No, first he says our reservation doesn't exist. What I mean? Our reservation's not real, and that we don't have it. And I was like, what? Like, we don't have none of this shit? Like, the reservation's not going through? He's like, yeah, you don't have the reservation. Why not? It's if I was keeping it cordial. He also was very so to the fact that we were under 21 years old. He did not like that at all. I mean, and he said he was a condescending son of a bitch, which I think really was I think the reason he talks so condescending to us about this hotel stuff and everything is because he was a 5'2" man. And, he was compensating for a lot because he was sitting there in a dirty ass, dusty ass motel. And, you're just angry sitting there all day. So you're just going to be disrespectful to everyone. And so he hits us with like a whole little, can I give you guys a tip? Yeah, no one's going to sell you shit around here. No one's going to sell you. You guys should have thought before you came down here under 21. Yo, like, genuinely watch your fucking mouth. We're already having a tough enough day, and you want to throw this shit on us? He's so annoying. I was so hot, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We went outside to the car. We're sitting there thinking, trying to talk, trying to figure shit out, whether we should just go home, cut our losses. And dude basically, like, that dude, the same dude comes out, and he stands there, and he's like, just standing there staring at us. And then we notice that the sign that we're at is towing people who are this, that. So he was instantly going to call to get us towed because we weren't residents, technically. Because we weren't residents. Even though we had a reservation for the place, but he's just a fucking dickhead. And then you guys can already see, how can someone not be pissed during all this? No, we don't have a place to stay. We don't have anything. We don't even have enough money to drive home right now. And we just wanted to enjoy EVO. And so I'm not going to lie, at this point, we were like, dude, we might have to fly back. But my other friend, he still wanted to do his content and whatnot. And, also, it's his car. So, you can't really leave that. And we went through like a whole debacle thing. Kind of was like, yeah, nigga, we just flying. Me and my other friend, we just gonna fly home. But then, and we were gonna sleep in a hotel, not even no, what's it called? The airport parking lot, because we were fucked. We were like, we're just gonna go fly next day. And yeah, low key, I feel kind of bad about that anyway, because I do, even though I already bought the tickets and everything. But look, we didn't go then. My mom's friend thankfully got us an Airbnb to stay for the night. A horrible room though. We were sleeping in someone's house, and like, it was quiet. There was only one bed and a couch, so someone had to sleep on the floor. The couch hurt my neck. I literally, my shoulder, not this one, this shoulder right here is fully stuck, currently flexed. It's currently flexed out, like fully, and it just won't go down. You know what I mean? So like, I think that fucked up my arm. And then we were sitting there pissed off. And then I told my mom about the situation, and she didn't even want me to go originally, and she was very reasonably mad. and wanted me to come home. And, you know, she was very adamant on that. And then the next day, we're talking about it. She calls me and wants me to come home, very adamant on that. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And my other friend said that he would just come because he would come home too. Also because I think he was tired and he was feeling sick. But because, you know, I already bought a ticket for the flight, so he might as well come. So the other friends stayed back. Now that I think about it, I kind of do regret that, of all things. I feel like that was a dickhead thing. You know, I feel like I should have just stuck it out. You know, I do feel like I don't know why I have the feeling that I just did him wrong there. And yeah, but then then the next day after all that, we went to EVO, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a very fun time. It was very fun. And at least for the day, I got to take a photo with JM Crofts. I got to see Justin Wong. Got to see some legendary, like, Japanese looking dude. Like, he was just, everyone was fawning over him. I don't really know what that was about. Got to meet the CEO of Psy Games, by the way. I got to say hi to him. And yeah. And then what's it called? Time came where then the flight came, and then we went home. So sorry I clickbaited you guys that I got kicked out of EVO. I didn't get kicked out of EVO, you know. Situationally, I got kicked out of EVO. It's not like literally security dudes came and kicked me out, but situationally I got kicked out. You know, also my mental was torn at that point. I was really pissed. I was really that, right? And yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for clickbaiting you. Please subscribe anyway. Nonetheless, I very much apologize. Yeah. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Love you and peace.